Then I heard, because Sean was sitting next to me, Sean Porter, and he was like, yeah, I was talking to Vandy. He was like, you know, talking about surviving.
Rule number 1, never disrespect 50 Cent. Yet Diddy's son did, crossing the line so visibly to deserve a clapback. When he dropped that disrespectful line in his rap, no one expected that 50 Cent would ignore it. To some, this may seem like typical music beef, but anyone familiar with 50 Cent, also known as Curtis Jackson's past, knows he's not someone you want to provoke, and King Combs would soon realize that. What exactly resulted in this feud, and what was 50 Cent's reaction that is making Diddy's son scared? Join us to discover the dangers of crossing 50 Cent and why Diddy's son is terrified of 50 Cent. Before we tell you why 50 Cent deserves to be feared, let's take a look at what Diddy's son did to deserve 50's terrifying attention. How Diddy's son disrespected 50 Cent. Christian Diddy, popularly known as King Combs, Diddy Combs' son, recently released a diss track called Pick a Side. In this diss, Diddy's son took shots at 50 Cent and even threw out some threats. In the song, he raps, "Police raid the crib like they think we're selling substances, but we're out here selling tracks, multi-million-dollar plaques." He continues, "Knock these doors down like them Fetty boys running both our cribs. Too bad they ain't know we bought the one next door, 'cause that's the one they missed." It turns out these lines were pointing to something more sinister. If you listen closely, it sounds like Christian might have accidentally exposed his dad, Diddy. By saying, "Too bad they didn't know we bought the one next door," he basically implied that if there's anything suspicious, it's stashed in the property next door, the one the feds didn't search. Not only did Christian put out a track that's getting mixed reviews, but he also might have accidentally snitched on his own father. Later in the song, he continues with, "Pop's been hated on by many men, and that's fine. They're gonna try to stop these M's, and they're gonna keep trying." This is a clear reference to 50 Cent's famous track titled Many Men in his album Get Rich Or. 50 Cent did not hesitate to respond to the diss track, but everyone's now wondering what exactly he said in return. What's surprising is how unfazed King Combs appears by the clear warning signs that come with challenging someone like 50. It seems reckless and risky, but it actually is. It's clear that Diddy's son is clearly walking into disaster. By pushing forward, he might be making a mistake that he'll look back on with regret. Christian Combs has been stirring up controversy lately, even flashing gang signs, despite likely having no real connection to the streets. Maybe he is forgetting that unlike his future, which was handed down to him by a father who is now facing trial, 50 Cent built his life from scratch. He didn't just survive the roughest neighborhoods, he dominated them. How much danger is Diddy's son in right now? Why exactly is he terrified of 50 Cent? Stay tuned to find out. Why no one messes with 50 Cent? 50 Cent has always had something against Diddy, always calling him out. Long before any recent accusations involving young women and alleged parties, 50 Cent has been on Diddy's trail. Over a decade ago, 50 started making bold claims about Diddy, hinting at hidden secrets. One memorable moment was when he posted a picture of himself in a hospital bed surrounded by stuffed animals, adding a caption that read, "Sorry, I can no longer help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy. You are all now left under the leadership of Puff Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow." This was just one of his many stunts, and he was bent on getting as much dust as possible. 50 followed the other post with a controversial photo of Diddy and Rick Ross on stage, looking close, almost as if they were kissing. He then posted another photo of Diddy wearing a pink outfit while being embraced by a former record executive. He captioned it, "I ain't saying nothing, but something ain't right, laugh out loud." The peak of these allegations came when 50 went on a radio show and shared a story where Diddy allegedly tried to get him to join one of his parties by offering an all-expenses-paid shopping spree. 50 recounted that the offer was terribly irritating, and he did not hesitate to put Diddy in his place, responding with, "What did you just say, Diddy?" Later, Diddy explained away his shopping offer to 50 Cent, saying it was simply a nice gesture. "I thought he needed some clothes," Diddy claimed, brushing off the suggestion that his offer came off as anything but friendly. "He doesn't even realize it sounds a bit off," Diddy shot back. "Oh, I'm just a nice guy," Diddy chipped in again in his defense. But things didn't end there. 50 Cent took another shot at Diddy when Cassie filed a massive $30 million lawsuit against him, alleging serious misconduct. When the news broke that Diddy settled the case within just 24 hours, 50 couldn't resist trolling him on Instagram. He posted, "He paid that money real quick. Should have done that before the sharks smelled blood in the water. And here they come in, every woman he's put his hands on." And that wasn't the worst of it. 50 then revealed he was in talks with Hollywood producers to develop a documentary about Diddy. He shared the news by reposting an article about the project and captioning it, "I thought Diddy was a billionaire music mogul. If he's smart, he'll file for bankruptcy now. Anyone with real money knows why I'm saying this. I'm the best producer for the job. Get ready for the receipts." In fact, 50 had already released a snippet of the documentary on Instagram to show how serious his claims were. In the clip, former Bad Boy Records rapper Mark Curry was heard accusing Diddy of the habit of spiking bottles of Moët with something to make women at the nightclub pass out. In the clip, former Bad Boy Records rapper Mark Curry claimed that Diddy would tell his friends and associates not to drink from certain bottles. According to Curry, Diddy would say, "They have something in them to make the girls act real slippery." He'd warn people, "Don't touch those bottles, only drink from these ones over here." How did this information give 50 Cent an upper hand as the case unfolded? Why does Diddy's dread of 50 have to be passed to his son? Let's find out. Why Diddy's son will go down with his father. Just weeks before, 50 Cent had also clashed with Jason Derulo after Jason appeared to defend Diddy amid the allegations. It all began when a TMZ reporter asked Jason his opinion on Diddy potentially being canceled. Jason shared that to him, Diddy was innocent, and that people should hold off on judgment until the allegations are proven. The reporter asked, "I know you've worked with Diddy, and he's helped your career. Do you feel people should be giving him the grace of being innocent until proven guilty?" Jason replied, "I believe in that." This response didn't sit well with 50. He quickly took to Instagram, reposting a screenshot of the TMZ article and hinting that Jason might also be involved in Diddy's alleged freak-offs. 50 Cent didn't hold back, saying, "Shut up. Let me find out you're on one of those tapes, boy." Jason Derulo was not one to be threatened online, so he quickly clapped back, posting a video of himself fighting a man with 50's face edited onto the guy's head. This was a figurative way of telling 50 to stay quiet or face the consequences. The original video was from 2022, when Jason fought two men after they mistook him for Usher. To make things even more disrespectful, Jason added the caption, "50's first hit in 20 years, I'm so sorry." While Diddy himself has mostly ignored 50's jabs, it seems his youngest son, Christian Combs, felt too insulted to simply take a chill pill. He had to take the diss right to 50 Cent. Christian had been, you remember. Christian was previously mentioned in a lawsuit against Diddy by producer Lil Rod, who alleged he saw Christian, Diddy, and Diddy's other son, Justin Combs, mistreating a woman. And to make things even more intense, a few months ago, the feds unexpectedly raided Diddy's home, searching for potential evidence. When the raid happened, Christian and Justin Combs were handcuffed and put into police vehicles. There were around 30 law enforcement vehicles on the scene, along with 3 Bearcats. All of this unfolded just minutes before the news cameras arrived. Adding to the drama, a woman named Grace Mark recently filed a lawsuit against Christian Combs, accusing him of misconduct towards her while she was working on a yacht that Diddy chartered in late 2022. According to the lawsuit, Christian allegedly groped Mark's legs, backside, and groin. The suit includes audio recordings in which Mark is heard declining alcohol, saying she needed to leave, and repeatedly telling Christian to stop touching her, while kissing noises can be heard in the background. How factual are these claims? Does Diddy's son face the danger of incarceration like his father? Let's see. How 50 Cent will come for Diddy's son. While these accusations spread badly through celebrity sectors, there have been speculations that Christian is no better than his father and deserves all that will soon come for him. 50 Cent continued trolling Christian by posting a photo of him and Diddy on stage, captioning it, "I feel so threatened by what Christian is saying on his record. I'm afraid for my life. Please don't hurt me, guys. I never mentioned anything about Puffy's kids because Keith D said he unalived Tupac laugh out loud." In another post he added, "I really don't understand why they'd want to poison women with substances. If she can't remember how good it was the next morning, how do you connect?" 50 then shared a part of Christian's song where he said, "Suck as wood," and commented, "Damn, Christian Combs, is that what you told Grace Mark on that boat? Gave her the puffy juice with that special sauce in it. Laugh out loud. Boy oh boy, bad boy for life." It's clear that 50 Cent was doing all this to mock Christian Diddy. As if things weren't messy enough, 50 posted another clip from Christian's song, where he hints there's evidence of Diddy's behavior at the house next door. 50 responded, "Now why would you say something like this when you know the feds are investigating? Are you stupid or are you dumb?" This whole situation has spiraled out of control. Christian's trying to act tough like he's from the streets, but he's just a rich kid who doesn't really understand how the streets work. 50 Cent may be smiling on the outside, but behind that grin is someone who's been through real struggles and built his reputation in the streets. As Diddy's case lingers in court, is 50 Cent trying to get his son to join him? Why should Diddy's son be even more terrified now? Keep watching to find out. How 50 Cent built a reputation to be feared. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson's life has been marked by a dogged determination shaped by a tough upbringing in South Jamaica, Queens. From an early age, he was surrounded by the harsh realities of street life, as his mother, Sabrina, was deeply involved in substance mistreatment and illegal sales. Tragically, she lost her life in a fire when Curtis was just 8 years old, which was a pivotal moment in his life. With his father absent, Curtis went to live with his grandparents, who raised him in an environment where survival often depended on strength and self-reliance. By age 11, Curtis took up boxing, a discipline that not only honed his fighting skills, but also gave him the toughness he needed in a neighborhood where violence was all too common. However, by 12, he was already stepping into the world of illegal substance dealing, often under the guise of attending after-school programs. While other kids his age were focused on school and sports, Curtis was hiding guns and money from his grandparents, determined to make a name for himself in the streets. His relentless drive to succeed, even in dangerous pursuits, became a defining part of his life that later fueled his rise in the music industry. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson was far from being a normal good kid. Life had deeply entrenched him in the substance trade, selling crack and honing the hustle that would define his youth. He embraced his lifestyle so fully that he eventually stopped hiding his illegal activities from his grandmother, candidly telling her, "I sell." The streets weren't just part of his existence, they were his entire life. By the time he hit his teenage years, his reputation as a serious player in the game was already established. At just 17, he was driving a luxury Benz with 2 guns in the car, indicative of his transition from small-time hustler to someone much more formidable. He was born into a chaotic world, and he was determined to make the best out of this life using the survival skills he'd learned on the streets. In 1994, his life took a turn when he was arrested for selling cocaine to an undercover cop. Shortly after, police raided his home, discovering a stash of illegal substances and a firearm. As a result, Curtis was sentenced to 3 to 9 years in prison. Yet even this setback couldn't break him. Instead, it became another chapter in his story of resilience, reinforcing his determination to rise above his circumstances and ultimately shaping the persona that would later captivate the music industry and pop culture. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson's journey is a testament to resilience forged in adversity. After serving 6 months in a boot camp for illegal substance charges, he emerged with his GED, ready to embrace life as a hardened street hustler. He didn't just adopt the name 50 Cent for its cool factor. It symbolized his survival instinct and gritty reality. Inspired by Kelvin 50 Cent Martin, a notorious Brooklyn robber, Curtis identified with a persona that demanded he do whatever it took to survive, reflecting a life shaped by hardship and determination. What else did life throw at him that shaped him even better? At what point did this dangerous guy fully emerge? Let's find out. 50 Cent's dogged persona. As 50 Cent rose to fame, he carried his gangster roots with him. However, his rise to fame was almost stopped by violence, especially when he was shot 9 times in 2000. Instead of succumbing to fear, he transformed that traumatic experience into fuel for his ambition, further solidifying his reputation as someone not to be toiled with. This fearlessness, relentless drive, and street mentality have defined his approach to music, business, and life. In stark contrast is King Combs, Diddy's son, who grew up enveloped in luxury and privilege. Unlike 50 Cent, who had to navigate a world submerged in danger and uncertainty, King Combs has experienced a very different upbringing. In 50's world, softness is a liability. Survival demands toughness, street smarts, and an unyielding spirit, qualities that 50 Cent embodies to this day. This stark difference in their backgrounds highlights the contrasting realities that shape their identities and approaches to life. 50 Cent's story is simply one of resilience, fearlessness, and relentless ambition. His journey from the tough streets of South Jamaica, Queens, to becoming a music mogul proves that he is one tenacious man with the ability to confront challenges head-on. Unlike many in the industry, 50 Cent has never been one to run away from a fight, whether it's in music, business, or even face-to-face confrontations. One of the most infamous tales of his boldness involves Suge Knight, the notorious figure behind Lifeless Row Records. When Suge attempted to intimidate 50, it backfired spectacularly. Instead of simping, 50 stood his ground, showing he was unafraid of the former heavyweight of the rap game. According to the story, when Suge tried to assert his dominance, 50 simply shrugged it off, creating a moment that highlighted his fearless nature. But 50 Cent isn't just a product of his environment, he's transformed his life experiences into a thriving business empire. His debut album, Get Rich, was a massive success that launched his career to the world. Since then, he has diversified his portfolio, venturing into film, television, and even the beverage industry with his successful line of alcohol and other investments. His ability to adapt and thrive in various arenas sets him apart from many of his contemporaries. 50 Cent's journey is a powerful narrative of overcoming adversity, from surviving the streets to building an empire. He's still standing strong, proving that resilience and an unyielding spirit can lead to incredible success. 50 Cent's reputation for brutality in the rap game is unmatched, and the incident where he survived being shot 9 times only solidified his status as a living legend. Instead of breaking him, it turned him into a symbol of resilience and toughness. What would we find if 50 Cent's reputation was weighed against that of the Diddy family? Eager to know? Keep watching. Why the Diddy name is already putting Diddy's son in a bad position. As Diddy's son, the sins of his father would definitely rub on him. Diddy's sins are at this point too many. What's more troubling is that as the days unfold, there seems to be a new allegation springing up from a random woman somewhere. In 2003, the National Labor Committee exposed labor violations at factories in Honduras producing Sean John clothing. Diddy was accused of permitting inhumane practices like invasive body searches, forced pregnancy tests, restricted bathroom access, mandatory overtime, and minimal wages. Charles Kernigan from the committee told the New York Times, Sean Puff Daddy has a lot of influence. He could do a lot to help these workers. In response, Combs launched a full investigation, assuring reporters, "I'm as pro-worker as they get." By February 2004, Kernaghan reported positive changes at the factory, such as improved air conditioning, water purification, and the firing of inappropriate supervisors, plus the formation of a labor union. After that, Kirk Burroughs in 2003 sued Combs, claiming Combs had forced him to give up his shares in Bad Boy Records through threats of violence. The case was dismissed in 2006 due to the statute of limitations expiring. In 2005, Combs won a mistreatment case filed by Michigan TV host Rogelio Mills. Later that year, British DJ Richard Dearlove, who had performed as Diddy since 1992, sought a court order to stop Combs from using the same name in the United Kingdom. He accepted an out-of-court settlement of £10,000 in damages and over £100,000 in legal fees. As a result, Combs is no longer allowed to use the name Diddy in the United Kingdom, where he continues to be known as P. Diddy. However, the newspaper later retracted the story after discovering that the documents were fabricated. In 2012, Dexter Isaac, an associate of music executive Jimmy Henchman, admitted to committing the act against Tupac on Henchman's orders. In 2015, Combs was arrested for aggravated misconduct following a dispute with his son's football coach at UCLA. The charges were later dropped on the 2nd of July 2015 due to lack of evidence. It seems like Combs' life was beginning to be filled with legal issues. This wouldn't have been a problem if he had no kids, but he did. And all his many consequences were rubbing off on his kids in one way or another. Imagine seeing the feds whisk our dad away almost every Saturday. In 2021, Combs filed a $60 million lawsuit against the new owners of Sean John, accusing them of using his image without permission and creating false endorsements. Then, in 2023, Combs filed a racial discrimination lawsuit against Diageo, claiming the company had intentionally limited the success of his Ciroc vodka and De Leon tequila brands. He voluntarily dismissed the case in January 2024 and ended his partnership with Diageo. With this many accusations, how are Diddy and his sons not already rotting in jail? Could this be 50 Cent's next goal? Is that why Diddy's son is terrified of 50 Cent? This is getting more intriguing. Don't stop watching. More allegations against Diddy. On the 16th of November 2023, Cassie Ventura, who was in a long-term relationship with Combs, filed a lawsuit against him, accusing him of misconduct and physical roughness. She also alleged that Combs had arranged for her then-boyfriend Kid Cudi's car to be blown up. The next day, Combs and Ventura reached a settlement for an undisclosed amount, and the lawsuit was dismissed. On the 23rd of November 2023, 2 more lawsuits were filed against Combs by other complainants, accusing him of mistreatment and revenge for adult filming. One of these suits claimed that, in 1990 or 1991, Combs and Aaron Hall committed crimes of misconduct against a woman, with Combs allegedly recording the incident. On the 17th of May 2024, CNN released surveillance footage showing Combs physically mistreating Ventura at the Intercontinental Hotel in Century City, Los Angeles, on the 5th of March 2016. This incident had been mentioned in her lawsuit. On the 1st of October 2024, The Washington Post reported that a team of lawyers plans to file up to 120 additional lawsuits related to mistreatments that allegedly occurred during the 2000s and 2010s. The plaintiffs, who include 25 minors, are both male and female. Attorney Tony Busby, part of the legal team, stated that most of the alleged incidents took place in New York State. Around half of the plaintiffs say they reported the mistreatment to the police, a doctor, or the FBI. Some victims also claim their drinks were contaminated with substances and they were offered hush money. Busby mentioned that additional defendants besides Combs may be named in these lawsuits. At a press conference in Houston, he stated, "The names that we're going to name, assuming our investigators confirm and corroborate what we've been told, are names that will shock you. I'm talking here about not just the cowardly, but complicit bystanders. Those who watched this behavior occur and did nothing, as well as those who participated or encouraged it. The first 6 lawsuits were filed by Busby's team in New York federal court on the 13th of October 2024. Andrew Van Arsdale of the AVA Law Group, working with Busby, revealed that they've received mistreatment allegations against Combs from about 3,000 people, and the team is currently investigating another 100 potential cases. Meanwhile, Erica Wolf, a member of Combs's legal team, told the BBC that Combs looks forward to proving his innocence and vindicating himself in court, where the truth will be established based on evidence, not speculation. In September 2024, Combs was arrested and indicted in the Southern District of New York on charges including racketeering, misconduct, and transportation for purposes of prostitution. He is currently awaiting trial in federal custody at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, where he shares a cell with Sam Bankman-Fried, who is serving a 25-year sentence. So why is Diddy's son scared of 50 Cent? With these consequences trailing Diddy, isn't Diddy's son right to be scared of 50 Cent? Keep watching to arrive at the answers. Why Diddy's son is terrified of 50 Cent? While King Combs possesses undeniable talent, he may have made a grave mistake by taking shots at 50 Cent. Dissing 50 is a risky business. This is because 50 Cent is known for his relentless pursuit of anyone who crosses him. Just look at Derulo, who became the target of 50's unyielding wrath. Instead of engaging in a simple feud, 50 systematically dismantled Ja's career, turning him into a walking punchline. Ja struggled to recover from that mistreatment, and that was simply a cautionary tale for anyone considering crossing paths with 50. Funny how King Combs seems to be treading a similar path. 50 Cent has a history of playing the long game when it comes to dissing, and his savage tactics are the stuff of legends. One infamous example is when he bought the first 4 rows of Ja Rule's concert tickets, leaving them empty. As Ja took the stage, he was greeted by a sea of empty seats, an utterly humiliating moment that showcased 50's penchant for psychological warfare. Another memorable instance was when 50 Cent clowns Floyd Mayweather, challenging him to read a page from a Harry Potter book. It was a perfect blend of humor and intimidation that highlighted 50's knack for turning his feuds into public spectacles. For King Combs, stepping into the ring with 50 Cent could lead to a similar fate if he's not careful. In a world where 50's antics have become legendary, it's a dangerous game to play. For 50, it's always been about survival, not just in the rap game but in life itself. His journey from the streets to the top of the music industry has shaped him into a fighter who doesn't back down from a challenge. King Combs may underestimate him, thinking he's just another rapper in the game, but that would be a grave mistake. 50 Cent operates on a different level. This isn't just a lyrical battle, it's a matter of respect and legacy. The big question now is, will 50 Cent retaliate? And when he does, how will it manifest? Known for his methodical approach, 50 doesn't rush his moves. He's patient, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And when he does, it's rarely just a diss track. It's a well-calculated maneuver designed to dismantle his opponent's credibility and career. King Combs may feel ready for this fight, but he's stepping into the ring with a true legend, a man who has faced adversity that would break most people. 50 Cent isn't merely a rapper. He's a survivor, a businessman, and a fighter. If King Combs isn't careful, he might awaken a beast within 50 that could lead to a brutal takedown. Ultimately, this clash isn't just about rap superiority. It's a lesson in respect and the consequences of crossing someone like 50 Cent. If King Combs is not careful enough, he could find himself on the wrong side of history. A cautionary tale for those who dare to challenge the formidable legacy of 50 Cent. So, what do you think about why Diddy's son is terrified of 50 Cent? Can he really take the smoke he's calling for? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you found it interesting. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the next video shown on your screen to catch up on your favorite celebrity stories. See you there.